Hey guys, it's Andrea. I'm back with another Sew With Me for the Vintage Block Along by Lori Holt. This is on her blog, Be In My Bonnet. I'll put the link down below in the description box. It has all the blocks, all the cutting instructions, everything you need. This is week 27. I'm doing like 3 or 4 of them a day, so block is kind 27 to me. I love it. Y'all look at that. I freaking love it. This is Shade Tree block. I'm in love. Now this is made from tons of different fabrics, of course. I'm using her flea market. I've got all mine cut. Some of this is like stitched. Most of it's flea market. This is Be Basics. Let's get started. This is going to be a big block again. She hasn't told us what size yet, but I'm going to guess 14 or 15 inch. Okay, let me scroll down here. First up, begin by setting aside 2 of the 3.5 inch squares from the 16 that you have remaining. So I'll just grab 2. Bloop. Bloop. There's the 2 I'm setting to the side. Grab 14 of the 3.5 inch background squares and pair them up to make 14 half square triangles. Okay. So we're just right sides together, corner to corner. I'm doing this whole quilt in scrappy backgrounds, if you're wondering. I might be able to get me a 1.5 inch square off this cutaway. Maybe. We'll see. I tried to do the whole background from one fat quarter, but it was too much. This block is too big. So I've got 2 different patterns. I don't know why she didn't tell us the size of the block until the very end. I just didn't scroll down to the very end and look yet. I'm guessing it's going to be a 15.5 incher though. We'll see if I'm right when we get there. Gee, maybe even bigger than that. I can't wait, I gotta look. Ooh, 18.5 inches. Wow, no wonder I didn't have enough for one fat quarter for the background. This is the other background I chose, the little jars. Aren't they cute? Mason jars. Oops. She did a gray tree trunk. I didn't have any gray fabric in this flea market line of hers. She has no gray. So I used that light brown with the pretty red flower on it for my trunk. And this one's got like little dots and stuff. I love a low volume fabric. Just adds a little bit extra. And a lot of times you don't even, if you're looking at a picture of a quilt or at a glance, you don't even notice that it's a low volume until you kind of look closer. I just think it's a really nice added touch. And if you always do scrappy backgrounds, you don't have to worry about running out of something. You just grab another one and go for it. We have 2 left. Yeah, she got scraps out of the excess, so that's good news. We get a lot of 1.5 inch squares from these. As always, I'm doing my quilt on the side is the Broken Dishes block. It's linked down below too. Alright, you're going to cut about 1/4 of an inch away from your seam. And I'm going to be cutting these scraps as I go, because waste not, want not. Twofer. Takes you an extra beat to do it, but it's so worth it if you do it now rather than waiting, and you're not wasting fabric. I have pulled so many pieces from scrap boxes over the course of my quilting career. Especially when you have something like this block that has a ton of different cuts, which I don't save 3.5 inch blocks, so I had to cut mine, but I've made many of that call for 1.5 and 2.5 that I've pulled every bit from my scrap boxes. Then you can make a quilt on the side like what I'm doing there, out of nothing but scraps. Next up, I'm gonna do Lori's Irish chain. It's also on her YouTube channel, out of my 1.5 inch stash. I know I've told y'all that before, but you know, new people join us all the time, so I like to catch everybody up on what's happening. My ruler slipped a little bit on this one. Yeah, I got a little off. I'm just gonna trash it. Tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time is my ruler slipping. It's so weird to me that my carpal always acts up here, which I don't even know. I call it carpal. I don't know what it is. But after I've been sewing for a while, I start getting these twangs through here, like someone plucking a guitar string is what it feels like. It's not painful. It's just like, ooh, that felt weird. You feel like something's going to break. I would think that would be in this hand, though. I don't feel anything in this hand, and this is my right hand that I use for most of everything I'm doing when I'm sewing, like pressing down with these rotary cutters and all that. Why it's this arm, I have no idea. Y'all think that's what it is, carpal? When I get that twanging right through here? I don't know what else it could be. But it only does it, thank goodness, right now after I've been sewing for a few hours. And then it goes away when I stop. You know what, I think I just realized why Stella might be watching those Disney movies all of a sudden, which she never had any interest in before, because we're planning on going to Disney World is my hope. Next, not this winter, but next. And I think I know she's really excited about that. We've been once, but she was like 3 and has no recollection of it. So she's really wanting to go again. And I am too. I love Walt Disney World. Love it. So, you know, your kids are only kids very briefly. And I just really want them to experience some of the joys of childhood like that. It's worth being broke for a while. It's like I said, they're only kids once. My motto is, you're never going to look back on your life and say, man, I wish I wouldn't have taken that vacation 20 years ago. You know, could have saved me a couple thou. You're never gonna do that. The only regret you'll have is that you didn't take that vacation with so-and-so. Or That's how I look at it. We've made some of the best memories on vacations. But we're not taking a big one this year because I want to save up money to do that Walt Disney one, because we'll have to fly and all that. I'm not driving. I am not driving like 20 hours. I did when I was a kid to go to Disney several times, and it was horrible. There's all my half square units. Now, take one of those half square triangles and one of the 3.5 inch squares that you set aside, and one of the 3.5 by 6.5 that you cut. We only cut 2 of those. And sew them together. What? Okay. Okay, the first one's going to look like this. The other one's going to be assembled a little differently, so I'll show you that when we get to it. I guess we're getting to it now. Okay, this one's going to be like this. That fabric reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. Last time we went, we did not eat at the Beauty and the Beast restaurant, and I really want to do that this time. We didn't eat at any of the fancy restaurants there last time. We got that diner's plan, and we just ate at, the normal spots. I don't even know if they do that diner's plan anymore. They changed so much after the pandemic. I don't think they're doing fast passes anymore either. I'll have to research it all over again. Because, it's been like 10 years. Almost, not quite, but. Now, sew this onto them. Last time we went, Stella got really sick at the very end. Luckily, it was when we were going home. She wasn't sick for Disney. The very last day, she started getting sick, running a fever. And she slept the entire plane ride. And I took her immediately to urgent care when we got in, and her fever was like 103. And then as we sat in the doctor's office, it steadily was starting to climb, and I was steadily panicking. That was frightening. Which I had taken Tylenol, children's Tylenol stuff with us. So I was just pumping her full of that and ibuprofen, rotating them the whole way home. But she still had that high of a fever after all that. No, eventually it went down and she was fine. I don't know. All right, there's the one. We've got the other one under the needle. This one this way. Okay. Back background squares. I'm definitely gonna have to mark these. These are too big for my flower. You can call me Flower if you want to. Well, actually, I think he says he can call me Flower if he wants to. What Disney movie is that from? Cool points if you know. Yeah, even when we went when Stella was 3, she could care less about princesses and stuff like that then too. So she wasn't into the character meet and greets. She had never really watched Disney movies. She didn't care anything about Disney, but we had fun anyway. I mean, we liked the rides and all that. I did get him a picture with, I think it was Goofy, or was it Pluto? It might have been Pluto. That's probably the only character we ran into. But next time I want to stay a little bit longer and not be rushed, and where we can see the fireworks and all that stuff and the parades. Okay, we're sewing corner to corner. All right. Check you're cutting the right side. We're cutting this side. You know, I'm definitely cutting some scraps off this. Definitely. My favorite rides at Disney. Jungle Book is the first one that comes to mind. Pirates of the Caribbean. Jungle Cruise. Pirates of the Caribbean. I like the Haunted Mansion. They have so many good rides, man. They're all good, actually. But yeah, those are probably my favorite. Pirates of the Caribbean might be my favorite because I loved the end when you would go in. Well, they've changed it up some now, but at the end you would be in the ocean and you'd look up and it looked like stars, everywhere, and it looked vast. It's just really cool. Disney is so freaking cool if you've never been. It is so cool. Here's our block. It looks so cute. All right, let's set it to the side. We'll start putting together some of these before I pull this one off. Okay, use the 12 remaining half square triangles. Okay. We're making various different blocks. I'll just show you as I go because they're all different. This first one is like a 4-patch of the half squares. This one now. Okay, make sure I'm cutting the right side. And we stayed in, I think it was the sport themed resort. Value resort, of course, because those are expensive enough. I couldn't imagine being able to stay in the other resorts. It's so expensive. So yeah, we did the cheapest one they had, and it was fine. Nothing fancy, but it was clean. And we just did mostly Magic Kingdom. We had 2 days at Magic Kingdom and one that I was going to do Epcot, which we still did, but our plane was so delayed leaving Memphis, and because there was ice on it and all this other stuff, because it was January here, and that means ice storms. So we got there later than I was planning on, and so we didn't get to do a whole lot of Epcot. We just stayed up front where the rides, there's just a spattering of random rides there. Mostly Epcot is food and countries, like when you walk around you're visiting different countries. We didn't get to do any of that. We just hit the rides and that was it. I don't know if we'll do Epcot at all. We'll see. And I don't really care about Animal Kingdom, so we didn't do that. The only thing I'd like to do there is that Tower of Terror, but I don't want to waste a whole day on that. Magic Kingdom's where it's at to me. That's the best. Where it's at. 2 turntables and a microphone. And I always really liked the Hall of Presidents, even as a kid. I don't know if they had it still when I was there, but I don't know if they still do. It seems like they were thinking about closing it. The worst ride at Magic Kingdom was Lilo and Stitch. It was awful. And I think they finally closed that down. Oh my gosh. It was really uncomfortable. First of all, it hurt. Like it was slamming you around. And then it would do different things. Like at this one point, he burped and blew it in your face and it stunk real bad. How was that fun? How is that fun? That, to me, that's not fun. So I'm pretty sure they've closed that one now. That was pretty bad. This block is like this. See how much nest those seams, and it'll be lined up right. Space Mountain was pretty cool. That's at Epcot though, I think. And you go in that big golf ball looking thing. Alright, this one's a little... Where's my other background? I'm missing a background square? That's weird. What the heck? I know I had enough of those cut. Dadgummit. Oh. Tale as old as time, I've not cut enough. Cut one more. Man, I hate those jagged little edges. I hate those things. Now, let's try this again. And a background square and a trunk square. Probably just wore that little old thing out, Stella. We were like go the whole time, and I think I wore her out and her immune system dropped or something. So next time we go, I want us to have more time to just relax and not have to rush from place to place to see everything, you know? To see and do everything. Just take it easy. Take it easy. You got to know that your sweet love is gonna save me. So come on, baby. Don't say maybe. Alright, the last one is why do I have an extra this? Did she say I'll have an extra this? Maybe that's what happened to my other missing background. Why do I have an extra? Obviously I've done something wrong. I must have cut too many colored squares. Must have cut one too many colored squares. And that's what happened to my background square. Dagnabbit, I liked that print too. I should try to find some of those Disney pictures and show them to y'all. The kids were so stinking cute. Stella was like 3, so Sam was like 8. We're 5 years apart. They were so cute. Put those 2 reds together like that. Okay, I'm going to take 2 of the large background squares and 2 small trunk squares. Okay, we're snowballing the top corner on each of them. So 9, 12. Then make a large half square triangle from the 2 remaining pieces, which is a background in the tree trunk. I'm gonna have to mark this. To know that your sweet love is gonna save me. Ooh, ooh. Kind of messing up my marker, sticking it in that little slot. I need to stop doing that. Okay. Take it easy. Scraps galore in this vlog, aren't we? Iron. Oh, these are good to go. Got these. Let me grab this. I think we are about ready just to start putting the roast together now. I need to trim this and cut some scraps. Definitely get a 2.5 inch block off this. I think I've been to Disney. I know I went at least twice as a child with my grandmother and my aunt and cousins. And I went once as a teenager with my boyfriend, and then once with my kids. So I think I've been 4 times. There's that huge half square triangle. What a freaking waste. Now I'm sure that this is a mistake. I'm gonna cut some scraps out of it, so at least it's not completely wasted. Bleep. Okay. Let's start putting these together. First, this is going to be kind of, okay, first one. Second one. And then third one. I'll just set that there. Triple, double dog, check these. Check your rotation. And then this one and this one, and then the last one is this one. Yeah, this is definitely a first for me, this block. I've not done this one before. But I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it. I don't know what it is about that little gal's love, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Doop. I want to do the Beauty and the Beast dining. There's also like a buffet of Winnie the Pooh. I'd like to go to that. Silly old bear. What do y'all recommend if you've been to more of the dine-in ones? Which we did eat at dine-ins the last one, but they were like not fancy like those. Those you had to like reserve the restaurants months ahead of time and all that, which I'll do. I think I told y'all we had a dining pass last time, which I just bought the one that was 2 meals a day, and I think it was one or maybe it was 2 snacks a day. I can't remember, but we struggled to use all those. We only eat twice a day anyway, usually. And then the snacks, a lot would constitute a snack, so it could be a whole freaking almost another meal if you played your cards right. Okay, so we'll finish these. Triple dog, check your rotation. At least they're different fabrics, but then the last line. Twanging starting. Just a twanging. I hope my tree's as pretty as her tree. I love Farm Girl vintage fabrics, but I've already made 2 quilts out of them. I needed to move on. I am gonna use them though, and I've got plans for them. Another scrappy quilt of hers I'm gonna make. Tell you what, a fat quarter bundle lasts a lot longer than you thought you'd think it would. I've already made 2 full-size quilts out of them, and you can't even tell when anything's gone. Top row. Middle row. I probably need to pull out some pins at this point. Probably would be wise venture. Just gonna pin at these intersections. Oh, this one doesn't have an intersection, so that works. Yes, unfortunately, this is going to have to be my last block of the night. Because it's getting very close to bedtime. It was a very good sewing day. I got so much done and I had so much fun. Yeesh, what an ugly square. Oh my gosh. Piece. No, we iron these. Again, I'm going to go in and pin at these well, does this one even have intersections? This one does. This right here does. It's the only intersection. Okay, that works out then. Okay, pull it off. We'll take a gander. Okay, guys, let's look at it. There it is. What do you guys think? I like it. I do like it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, guys. I'm not even gonna grade myself on this one. I'm scared to look at these points. Shoot, they're actually all right, aren't they? Oh, y'all, I think my... Wow. I'm shocked. I lost a little bit of one there, but I think all the rest are there. Hallelujah. I'll give myself a solid A on this then. I hope I see y'all at the next one. Bye-bye.